Good afternoon, good evening. It's about 5 o'clock on the West Coast, and we're coming on early today because it's starting to get darker early, and we just figured a lot of you might appreciate that, so you're not up so late watching this stuff. But that's what we're doing tonight on a Wednesday, and we're just glad to see that everyone comes on board here. We're going to do something a little different tonight. We try to mix this thing up. Last night, I don't know if all of you were there, but we did something a little different last night. We did like a countdown, a top 40 countdown on the most popular breeds, purebreds, so to speak, on the WooF Ditty show here, coming to you live via the All Dog Network, worldwide, alldognetwork.com, but on the web it's alldognetwork.com, where everything we do is posted after the fact here, and we keep track of all the shows, of all the people that are participating. And I know some of the Debbie's there. Hello, Debbie. Good evening. Yeah, we're not going to be hugely a long time tonight, but we are going to do something a little different tonight. We're going to talk about something. We've had some hosts that were doing some talking about dog behavior and training and this, that, and the other thing. And I know one of them went on a long vacation, and then the other one, I'm not sure if he's on vacation right now or not. But so I thought I might pick up some of the slack on some of the subject matter that comes up regarding our dogs, our pooches, and things that those guys were talking about or would have talked about. And so, since I'm here almost every night, I try to mix it up a little bit. And, we're going to go on and on and on with breeds and hybrids next and all that kind of thing. But tonight, what I'm going to do, Nick is here. The dog picture I saw yesterday looks like the dog in the movie Dennis the Menace. What kind of dog is that? The dog you saw last. The dog I saw yesterday. Dog picture. Well, the dog picture last night was a husky with goggles on. Is that the one? I can't remember Dennis the Menace's dog. What breed that was. Well, let's you know what I mean? What we're gonna do is what dog breed was in Dennis? I love the internet to find out answers to some of these questions you guys ask. But Nick's with us tonight. Yeah. It was it looks like a shepherd. Mr. Wilson. Nasher is the pet dog Dennis the Menace British comic. The dog you showed was Harry. Yeah, a sheepdog. I'm looking at it right now. Nasher was his name. Gnasher. Nasher, silent G. Or let's see here. Let me make sure I'm not misquoting what I'm reading. It's funny, they pull up everything else, but they don't show up what I'm asking for here. Yeah. Hang on with me just a minute here. I'm checking this out. Question and answers. I love it. Well, let's just look here and see what it has to say. Well, the picture I see there, and it looks like the sheepdog you're talking about. That was all hairy. Yeah, exactly.
Ready down for mature. Can't keep doing this.
This is hilarious. Yeah, I think a sheepdog. Yeah, Harry, the sheepdog. Yeah, it was the sheepdog, all right. So, yeah, he was on the other night. That was a Romanian sheepdog from Romania, Meyer Riddick. There's English sheepdogs. They all look like the same. Hairy, they got the hair over their eyes, those kind of guys. Yeah. He was hairy, all right. Sheepdog breed. But tonight, anyway. So last night, if you weren't with us, we did a ditty, and what it was about, I was looking at the top 40 most popular dogs, going from 40 back. It's like a top 40 hits on Billboard, on the top 40 radio stations. But this is about the popular breed. So we wrote a little ditty, sang a little silly ditty about it, and their little temperaments and the characteristics about each of them. It goes by real fast. We're going to play that tonight again because it was a lot of information there and something to listen to, a little kind of a dance groove, whatever the case, with a little rapping over it about the breeds and going to numbers 40 back to number 1 and all that kind of thing. Then we're going to do talk about a couple of things, because these fellows that are on sabbatical right now, you might say, with the training and behavioral and stuff like that. We're going to talk about Doggy Dan dog training. So WooF, Ditty, Doggy Dan dog training, and call me Doggy Dan, WooF, Ditty dude. Okay, and we're talking about tonight just a couple of subject matters. I'm going to review a few things. Hi, how are you? From Columbus, Ohio, Gabby. Good to see you, Gaby. All right, I love Columbus. Like I said, we worked there. Used to be a little restaurant there across from the university called Andy Capp's. That was the hangout back in the day. I don't know, they're probably not there anymore. It was a cool little place. And like I said, a friend of mine who was the chancellor out here at UC Irvine has moved over to at Columbus there to the university. Michael Drake, he's the new, I guess, chancellor or head director. He moved out here from California down to take that job out there. I hope he's loving that. So tonight we're going to talk about punishment versus correction. When you have something that your poochie does that does not make your heart beat in the right direction. So I'm going to put my glasses on a little bit to what actually I'm going to do. Now let's just talk a little bit about this. I'm going to put some nice meditation doggy music on here, only because we like to have a little ambiance with our groove here and make us happy and relax. If your dogs are watching, just a little something in the background while we talk about this stuff. And
WooF dreams.
we call it WooF dreams because what it is music that you can listen to with your pooch and actually relax, if that's possible. Relaxing is good. Takes away the stress and anxiety from everything we do. And if we're with our dogs doing it, it's even double whammy because our dogs give us such that vibe of love and relaxation. For example, I took a quick power nap. I take power naps because I have a hard time sleeping. I get up early in the morning. I stay up late at night. And so when Buster decides he wants to take a little, he got his shower today and his conditioner and everything. We brushed his teeth. I don't know if you guys seen these new little thimbles. It's a plastic thimble with a little plastic little toothbrushy things on the end of a thimble. A little green thing. They're like 99 cents. I don't know if pet stores have them around where you are, but if you brush your dog's teeth with a brush, which I've been doing for 5 years, I saw these sitting on the counter when I got some conditioner today. She says, you ever tried one of those? It's a lot more effective and they like it. It's a lot easier. You don't get the bristles caught and nothing, blah, blah, blah. The big stick's not in their mouth, but your finger is. So I've been brushing him since he was a pup, so there's no problem. Just pull up his lip, stick it in there, put the little doggy toothpaste on there, and gently, it's like a soft, like a rubber. A little phone call there from the wife checking in. Sorry about the interruption. But anyway, it works really well if you find one. Like you put it on your finger and you go in there and you can gently do your thing, and it actually gets them cleaner, quicker. Blew me away. See, you learn something new every day. There's always something new. It's very cool. So if you're having trouble with, itching, redness, dry skin on your pups, I think I found a product that's actually it's a kind of like a designer store. It's not your Petco. They have only high organic based products, everything, the best stuff, and it's no more expensive really. And they have a little grooming salon there, and the young man who does the grooming pointed out this particular product to me, And I did it today with him, and it just really is great. Feels great. He's all smooth and soft. I never use conditioner too. I always use the ones that say moisturizer in the shampoo, but that's okay. Also learned from him that if you're using one that says, dry skin or itch, stuff like that, that can actually dry the skin out more. Takes the oils off. So he says definitely use a conditioner. So I did that. It's a spray, kind of a spray thick coconut oil kind of stuff, and you get it in there, and you just leave it on there after you've washed them, after you shampooed them and they're still wet, and let it dry. And he seems to be real happy. I don't see any flakes yet this morning. Where's skin flakes and what you call dandruff, whatever, dry flaky skin. So just tips like that. Greetings from Georgia, Melody, Cash. Good to see you. But these are just things you learn as you go, and I try to share those with all our dog lover family. So back to the behavioral stuff. Anyway, if a dog should never be punished for deeds that you don't like, and I don't know how many of us realize that, but rather corrected. What's the difference between a punishment and a correction? Well, a correction is when you give a command of disapproval at the moment the deed is about to be done or being done. A punishment is anything thereafter. Does that make sense? A correction is when you give a command of disapproval at the moment the deed is about to happen or is being done at that moment, second. The punishment, a punishment, is something thereafter. And dogs work different. Now, I'm just learning this stuff recently. For example, let's say you have a dog that jumped through your screen. The screen door, whatever. Or just came up. You come home and find the dog not where he's supposed to be. Believe it or not, it's a little too late to communicate with the dog that he should be not jumping through the screen. Okay? Unless he starts to jump through it again. To punish a dog for a past deed only confuses the dog. It hurts the trust between you and the dog and does not teach the dog anything useful. Dogs do not have the same sense of logic as we do, as humans. They do not plan, premeditate, or reason out situations like humans do. So, the dog may start to relate to you that you are angry after he jumps through the screen, but he will not reason that if he does not jump to the screen in the first place, you won't get mad. Does that make sense? He's always in the moment. He doesn't think back and go, oh, geez. Okay? He just knows that you are mad after he does it. The only way to make the dog realize this is to catch him in the act. It's kind of like when they're potty training, when they start to pee on the floor. If you catch them when they're doing it, you go, and you pick them up and put them outside or whatever. But they come home and yell at them for peeing on the floor. They don't get it. It's not the same. So, punishing dog after the fact is one very good way to confuse the dog. So be careful of that. The dog may show signs that he knows you're upset, but does not know why. Does not mean he knows why you're upset. Dogs live in the moment. Whatever the dog is doing at the very second you punish him is what he thinks is bad. If the dog is lying down on his bed when you show him when you show him displeasure, the dog will think lying on the bed is what you're upset about, or you think that you're upset after he jumps, but does not associate the punishment to the act of actually jumping. You need to think this through a little bit. Be careful of how you react to them, because they remember stuff. Unless you catch him actually jumping or about to jump, the dog will keep jumping and keep showing signs that he knows it's bad, but he'll be missing one critical piece of information, the reasoning for the cause and effect. So, they react to situations. They do not think ahead or plan out bad deeds. Therefore, it is not necessary or even cruel to punish a dog. Dog need corrections at the time of the deed, not punishments. And the type and intensity of the correction needs to be just enough to get the dog to listen, no more or no less. If you correct your dog and the dog shakes, cowers, or shows signs of any type of fear, then your correction was too harsh. Well, we don't do that. The intensity of the correction needs to be the same, or only a tiny bit over the dog's own intensity. Anything over that is overkill and will actually do more harm than good. That all makes sense to everybody, right? I think so. If your own intensity is a lot weaker than the dog will not listen. If your intensity is too harsh, it will create problems in the dog, including fear, insecurity, confusion, and a lack of trust between you and your pooching and you. So there's a fine line there to understand and how to, administer your demeanor in this regard of correction. I'm constantly doing that with Buster, believe it or not, when he hears something outside or the doorbell rings. Once again, I've talked about this before. He wants to run, all that, and wants to run to the door, and he wants to go out. So now he's running. He used to run right to the door and kind of do his little leap up on the four legs and let me out and go check out to the fence and see who's out there. And I would do that. I'd come after him. He'd drag me out by keep barking and all this stuff. So, I'd yelling at him, "Stop barking! Shut up!" Blah, blah, blah. No. Go out there. Took him. I said, "No, Buster. Move back here. Back by the table, by the dining room table, whatever the case. It's like 20 feet. And listen and sit." As anxiety as he was to get out there and check out who was out there or what it was out there. I mean, say the UPS guy just dropped off a package. He's going to go do that because he went in the gate and somebody's out there. It's his job. Okay, that's great. But then he sits down. I go, "Listen, sit." He sits there and he's looking at me. And I go, "Wait." And I walk over to the door, and he may start to come, but he's I'll say, "Wait" again, keep my hand up. He won't move. Because we trained him that way when he was a puppy, but that's a long time ago. That's 5 years ago. I open the door, I go and look outside, and I go, "Okay." When I go, "Okay," he runs out there. So he's trained now to do it right. But he'll still tend to, out of nowhere, want to go halfway down there toward the door, knowing I'm going to call him back now. He stops halfway. He doesn't go all the way to the door most of the time. So he's getting it. But I'm not yelling at him, doing the same thing every time. I go, no, come back here. I don't yell at him. I just train him with the right commands. And it works. My point is it works. Yeah, so your patience is all the virtue here with him, because that's the way it works. Hello from Atlanta. Olivia, good to see you. All right, Atlanta. Buckhead. He used to live out in Buckhead. My brother still's stepbrother lives up in the Innerbelt. He works out there. The new Innerbelt out there, whatever the name of that's Highway 2 something or another. It's all good. Hello, Karen. Good to see you. Early show tonight. So we're just talking about some behavioral things, taking over some of that slack from some of our hosts that were doing this kind of stuff. We're going to start talking about a little bit of these things too, do the ditties too, break it up a little bit so it's not so the same thing every single night. So you understand what we're talking about there. If you missed any of this stuff, it'll be posted after the show. You can rewatch it. Now, one thing's, love your show. Thank you, Olivia McKeever. Appreciate that. Really do. We appreciate everybody who's with us every night. We appreciate it. I can see somebody's spreading the word because I see new names every night. It's just wonderful. One of the things you must remember, really just like your children, unless you're in old school and you think something really works by spanking them, but it's kind of old school. We used to get paddled in school. They used to paddle you if you talked in class and you weren't supposed to call you in front of them, bend over and swat you one. And I remember happened to me in Cincinnati in the 8th grade. Had this big old bald science teacher that he just would not, if you just looked the other way, "Harris, get up in front of the room, bend over." Whack! And it hurt. You never looked anywhere but straight up or talked in that class again. But that was legal then. Now it's not legal. You sue everybody. But anyway, you never hit a dog. Hitting is not a natural way of communication for a dog. They correct one another, the dogs, by using body language, body blocks, verbal sounds, and bites. We kind of know that if you've ever been to a dog park or around other packs. While it's not recommended to bite your dog, inversely, you can cup your hand to mimic a bite if the moment warrants that kind of correction. No spanking for my doggy. No, not at all. Some people like to alpha roll their dogs as a correction. That means you make your dog lay on its side. This type of correction is considered the ultimate punishment for a dog and should be usually rarely used, if ever. When it should be used with caution, as you do not want to serve out the ultimate punishment for small behaviors. So, also, if there's any type of miscommunication between you and your dog, it may confuse the dog by coming at it with such a severe reaction. Timing is very important as well. Like I say, you know, if your timing is off, your dog will be confused about what you're not happy with him for. So these are things to think about and drill, practice, rehearse. And, you know, I mean, no one's perfect. I don't think any dogs are perfect. Another example, you know, if you let your dog get up on your bed, whether he sleeps with you, sleeps on top of you, sleeps at the bottom of the bed, or you don't allow him on the bed, he only has to sleep in his bed, which is maybe next to you or wherever it is, whatever your deal is. He gets up on the bed, and right now he's making it so you can't stretch out, and it's bugging you. Well, you're not going to yell at him and kick him off the bed. You're going to say, Buster, get down, boy, good boy, go in your bed now. And he jumps down and gets in his own bed, and he understands that because you've done it enough times and you've nudged him enough and pointed. They're smart. They're not smart. I mean, all of a sudden they're laying there asleep on your feet, and you go, you know, this is uncomfortable. I can't stretch out. I can't sleep like this all night. Buster, going down, jump down, get in your bed. You know that. If not, you teach him. It's not a big deal. But if you do it, it works. You know, he's not going to get up all of a sudden out of his bed and jump back up there. And if he starts to do that, he says, no, Buster, I want you to stay down here in your bed. Boo, back down. Boom, done. He knows what you're saying because it's a command. I know that's some people get this so much, you know, they've been doing it so long, they understand all this stuff. And then there's a lot of people that have no clue. And, you know, one of the guys that was on the show here a while back, Joseph, who's no longer with us right now. He had communication problems with his wife, but whatever the case, he went to take this professional dog trainer with him down to a dog park in Las Vegas and wait for somebody to come in. Like this ladies came in with a little dog, or another guy came in with another dog, and just stop and say, hey, by the way, let me ask you something. Do you have any problems, behavioral problems, and things you're having frustrated with your dog? Oh, yeah, oh, the lady would come over and go through, yeah, he won't stop doing this, that, and the other thing. And they stopped there, and they had a lesson right there on the spot of how you go about it. And the lady goes, I've had this dog for 8 years. I had no clue how you did that. So, it's never too late. You know, they say you can't teach old dogs old tricks or old tricks to new, whatever that phrase is. But you can. If you're patient, you do it right. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. Contrary to what some owners believe, having a human conversation with your dog does not work. And neither does putting your dog in a timeout. Those punishments are applying human psychology to a canine animal. Humans have to use logic when it comes to dogs and realize the dog needs dog psychology, not human psychology. Very interesting, huh? So there's certain things that your dogs do understand. Like, for example, I'll give you an example of Buster again. My kids, okay, grandkids, when they come over, okay, it's a big deal. They're like kids together. They play like kids together. They play hide and seek. They chase, you know, they throw the frisbee, pick the ball, go in the pool, they swim. Dog doesn't swim, he just watches over them like a lifeguard. It's amazing. But he's so joyous when they're here. And he knows their name, Rocky and Summer. So we've taught him that. Hey, guess who's coming over? Rocky and Summer. And he'll do the head cock. Because he understands then next thing you know, he's over at the door waiting for him to come. Because he doesn't know that means they're coming tomorrow. And you can say, no, they're not coming now. They're coming tomorrow. So the lesson for me is hey, Buster, guess who's coming over? Rocky and Summer coming over. Because he likes that. He's going to go, I lecture my hallelujah, kitty cat. Yeah. If it works, whatever works. So I wouldn't do it right now if they're not coming. And torture his mind and make him all like, oh, where are they? Where are they? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. If I say in the middle of the day, hey, Mama's going to be home at 5 o'clock, and it's like noon, he'll look at me like, he'll go like, he doesn't understand what 5 o'clock means. But if I wait till like I hear the garage door, I'm going to say, hey, guess who's home? Mama's here. Go meet her at the back door. He'll get up, he'll look, he can hear her, if he doesn't hear it first, and he'll run to the back door and greet her and just be happy as Lark, because it's all in the moment. So this is what we're talking about, these kind of things. But just discussing this stuff is fun, you know what I mean? And there's so many things we can talk about when it comes to this. And all it does, it enables us to be closer and more connected with our pooches, you know what I mean? And they are going to love it. You know, the reaction is they're just calmer. They're more in tune. Most likely when something comes up, you don't have to raise your voice. It's funny, I can have a half bowl of water that's been sitting there for a couple of 2 or 3 hours, you know, and he's taken a few gulps out of it and little pieces of his food, because he does it after he eats food or in the water. It gets a little funky, right? And then it sits there. I don't hear him drinking any water for, you know, till whenever. So I just go in and change the water, clean the bowl out, put fresh water in. And I might say to him, wherever he is, hey, Buster, fresh water in your bowl. And he may not come immediately, but I might go in another room. Next thing I know, he's in there drinking. He understands it, because when he goes to the fresh water bowl, he knows it's fresh. It's colder. Not ice cold, I'll put ice in it, but it's fresher. He knows the bowl's full. I mean, they know. So my point is, all these little things seem, for me at least, and there's no reason any dog's any different, okay? I mean, when have you met a stupid dog? That dog didn't go to school, he's stupid. No, they have an instinct. They're brilliant animals. And so it's how you communicate in the way that you need to communicate. They're not humans, yet they do know a certain amount of words. Well, you know, 25 words, they say. You know, they've got their vocabulary. But they're more into sounds and smells and stuff. I mean, when I fix his bowl, I have to put that little pill in something. I hide it in a piece of turkey and cream cheese, just enough, and then I put the rest of the turkey without the pill, fake him out, so he goes and gobbles it all real quick, and the pill goes down. I have to deal with it. When I'm fixing that in the morning, his dry food's been sitting out there, you know. He's the kind of dog that he's not going to overeat, so you just keep something in it for him. When he wants to eat, he'll go eat. He doesn't overeat. And when he wants more, after he's eaten it, he'll come over to you and he'll lick his chops and look at you. Like that. He'll do that kind of thing and just kind of stand there. He won't bark, but just saying, hey, I want a little bit more. Put a little bit more on there. He doesn't rush over there. It takes a second. You go back, sit down. He goes back and eats a little more and may finish that and may need a little more. Yeah, I know how much he's supposed to have during the day total, so I work it out. But my point is, when I'm fixing that bowl, he could be dead asleep in his bed, and he can hear and smell what I'm doing in there, and I can just 100% guarantee I'm at the counter doing it within 2 or 3, 4 or 5 minutes, at the most 3 minutes. I look over and he's right there, like he's ready for it. He's standing right there. You know, he can smell it. It's very cool stuff. I communicate silently that way. Hey, it's almost ready for you, boy. You know, and he's just, you know, the more you do these things, and most of you probably experienced all this stuff, you know all this stuff, and have your own little deals with your pooches to how that works for you and how they communicate and how they just will always wagging their tail. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. So, enough of that for tonight. I think it's just some fun stuff to acknowledge, and you can watch the show again. But right now I'm going to fade this nice meditative tracks down to 0 here, and we're going to listen to what we did last night. It's about a 6-minute ditty, 6 minutes 18 seconds, and it's about all a breed countdown, the top 40. I'm just going to play it and groove with y'all listening to it, okay? Let me get this baby going here so you can check it out. I'm going to rank them.
Popularity just like a billboard. Just like Billboard music, we're gonna rank our breeds. Starting on top of 40, going backwards if you please. Number 40 is Rhodesian Ridgeback, dignified, sensitive, mischievous, and and strong-willed. Basset Hound is number 39. He's gentle, friendly, devoted, and sweet-tempered. Then we move to the Border Collie, number 38. Intelligent, energetic, tenacious, and responsive. To the Newfoundland, number 37. Gentle, trainable, and sweet-tempered too.
Gonna watch the WooF driver on a dog track.
Collie, the purebred collie, number 36. He's gentle, loyal, intelligent, protective. We moving backwards now, number 35. The Cane Corso, just like my Buster, a purebred Cane Corso. He's quiet, even-tempered, calm, and reserved. Number 34, the Well Mariner. He's energetic, stubborn, fast, and intelligent. Now we move to the Little Pug.
Hey, Paula.
Yes, right. A purebred
good.
pug, number 33. Playful, stubborn, and attentive, and sociable. Back to
I'm
the
live.
Vicia, purebred Vicia. Vasila, number 32. Intelligent and loyal.
We're listening to Top Down. Top 40 popular dogs.
The Maltese is 31. She's playful, gentle,
That's the
lively,
WooF driver
and
on the
so
dog track.
docile.
Running the Huskies.
Number 30 is the American Cocker Spaniel. So outgoing, sociable, even-tempered, and thrusting. Bernie's Mountain Dog comes in at 29. Affectionate, intelligent, loyal, and faithful at 28. The Chihuahua. Chico the Chihuahua. Devoted, quick, courageous, and so very lively. Number 27, going back now, is the English Springer Spaniel. She's so attentive, intelligent, active, and cheerful. I like that. Number 26 is the French Brittany. Yes, happy, intelligent, agile, and quick. Now we're back to 25, the English Mastiff. Dignified, affectionate, good-natured, and courageous. Then you got the Havanese, number 24. Companionable, responsive, and playful, and affectionate too. Shetland Sheepdog coming in at 23. Playful, gentle, intelligent, and very lively. Then we got a Boston Terrier up from the East Coast. He's intelligent, friendly, lively, playful at number 22. Then 21, the Pomeranian. Playful, intelligent, social, and friendly. I said so friendly. Now at number 20, the Pembroke Welsh Corgi. That's right, a purebred Corgi, intelligent, playful, outgoing, and friendly. Back to 19, we're in the teens. To the Shih Tzu, That's right, happy, playful, gentle, and friendly. Back to number 18, you come of age at 18 with the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. He's playful, sociable, patient, and fearless. Now when you're 17, we got the Australian Shepherd. Number 17, active, intelligent, good-natured, and also protective. Look out at 16, sweet 16, the miniature Schnauzer. Intelligent, friendly, obedient, and fearless. Got no fear. Great Dane, a bad pointer. Intelligent, trainable, boisterous, but cooperative. At a 10-year-old, number 10, we got a boxer. Playful, friendly, devoted, and loyal. Rottweiler coming in at number 9. Number 9, intelligent, courageous, fearless, and confident. But look out at number 8, we got our standard poodle, purebred, intelligent, faithful, trainable, and instinctual. Number 7, lucky 7, we got the Yorkshire Terrier, independent, intelligent, courageous, and confident. At number 6, the French Bulldog. Number 6, playful, sociable, lively, and patient. Look out, top 5. 5 is the Beagle, purebred Beagle, gentle, intelligent, even-tempered, and so German. Then we got our number 4 is the Bulldog.
We're almost down.
To the bottom, friendly, docile, willful, and gregarious is the Bulldog. Number 3, the Golden Retriever, intelligent, kind, and friendly, and so confident.
What's number 2?
Then we got our number 2. Number 2, runner-up, is our German Shepherd, courageous, intelligent, loyal, and so watchful. Guess what number 1 is? I'm going to let you guess for a minute. What could it be? What could it be? Number 1, he's cheerful, gentle, friendly, and intelligent. He's our purebred Labrador Retriever. Labrador Retriever, number 1. a billboard was.
That's it.
Love those breeds.
I'm telling you.
Calm down.
Labrador Retriever #1, German Shepherd #2. Okay, well, we've run those down. That's kind of interesting to figure out what they are that people, the most dogs that people have. So that's kind of what we're doing tonight. We're talking about some behavioral stuff, punishment versus correction, how to work with your dogs. You know, they're not humans. You got to talk to them differently and work with them differently, and it works. You know what I mean? Mimi says, cool. Thanks so much. We're going to shorten the show tonight only because it's Wednesday and there's a special event, again, I need to attend. I love our labs, Sherry says. Yeah, they're wonderful. So tomorrow night we're going to look at another breed, and we're going to talk some more about, things about how we interact with our pooches, and kind of get into that zone for a while, because the shows that we're going, those guys are on sabbatical, I believe, for right now, and I want to cover a lot of that stuff. So if you have any questions about behavioral stuff or temperaments or anything like that, or training that I can help you with, I have my my little training, Dan the doggy trainer, WooF Ditty here, just a funny name there, doggy, Dan the doggy trainer, Dan the bandage man. We used to have in the little golden books. When you're a kid, you cut your finger, you're called Dan the bandage man. But I'll help you as best I can. We'll go over some of these things, and talk about them together, and have solutions for the love of our dogs, And it's just a wonderful thing that we have them in our lives. So until tomorrow evening, this is the WooF Ditty signing off on behalf of the WooF driver and his adventures. Oh, heck, my alarm just went off, and I have Phoenix Society meeting at 8 Tennessee time. Will you be here tomorrow? I will be here tomorrow, absolutely. And but in the meantime, you can go back and watch this. It's saved. It hasn't gone anywhere as soon as I sign off. Good night, Mimi, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Share the love, fresh water, fresh food, keep the sleepies out of their eyes, give them lots of love. And until then, we're going to sign it off and jump out of here. Okay? It's a wonderful thing. Y'all take care. Good evening, Bucky. I train mine with treats and praise. Hey, that's the way to do it, too. Absolutely. It's all good for the dogs. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care, y'all.